Hi, this is Nan at the Inspired Sewist. Gather round as I show you about gathering fabric with your sewing machine or your serger or overlock. In the Big Book of Feet, we should all have a copy of this, is everything you ever wanted to know about any of your presser feet. And today I'm going to be talking about the gathering foot number 16. There are two presser feet number 16. We have a presser foot for the 5mm machines where the paddle on the bottom sits right on top of your small feed dogs. The wider 16 foot sits totally over the feed dogs. The purpose of this foot is to help us gather ruffles, be it on a garment or you're going to put it on a quilt edge or maybe even a gathered skirt like I wear here in the store. So the number 16 foot will take your fabric and gather it as it sews. I'm going to set the length of my stitch a little bit longer and the tension of my upper thread a little bit tighter. And what that will do when I sew is take that fabric and gather it as it goes. See how that's doing that out the back of the machine? When I get to the end, or stop somewhere in the middle, I can raise my needle, take my thread out, cut it, and look at that, a perfectly gathered little ruffle. What I'm going to show you now is how you can gather one fabric to another at the same time. And just like that, you have a gather on a piece of fabric. Isn't that fun? So now, join me over at our overlocker. Did you know that you can make ruffles on your serger? I'm going to show you today just how to do that. I'm on our L890 overlocker, and we have a digital screen on the front that's going to help us set the machine up. I have already taken off my all-purpose overlocker foot and I have put on the gathering foot, which we have for all of our sergers. On our L890, we have the ability to go into our home button and into Creative Consultant. Creative Consultant is a place where we can tell the machine what type of fabric we have. I have a medium woven fabric. We also can tell the machine what kind of stitch we're going to be doing. So I am simply going to touch the gathering icon on the screen and it will tell me what needle, what thread, and what presser foot to have on the machine. I have the gathering foot on this machine and then I say, okay, I'm ready to go. It then gives me a screen of how to set the rest of my machine up with what threads to thread, the presser, foot pressure, and all other kinds of things. So I touch the green check. On this screen, I've already done a little test sample, and I know that I would like more gathers in my fabric, so I am going to increase the tension on both of my needles from the default setting up a little bit higher. So I simply go in, and then I can move my little dials up. Close the window, and I'm ready to go. I'm going to take my piece of fabric, slide it under my gathering foot, and just let the machine do the work. It's adjusted the differential feed, it's adjusted the length of the stitch, and the tension on the threads. So when I get all done, and I pull this out and trim the threads, I now have a beautifully gathered ruffle. It can go on a pillow, it can go on a skirt, it can go on doll clothes. So if you're wanting to play with gathering on your sergers, just come and see me and I'll show you how it's done. Thanks.